How y'all doing, folks, and welcome back to ALCHEMOTO's workshop. And today we're going to talk about the Pan America floppy windshield problems. For those of you with Pan Americas, I'm sure you'll agree with me that the windshield idea from Harley Davidson was not one of their best engineering episodes. But I'm going to show you guys my fix. I've been weighing this idea up ever since I've got the bike, and from reviews that I've read in the past, I've come up with a little idea that will stiffen that windscreen up without the use of other aftermarket brackets to put with your windshield. Okay, so we'll bring you guys a little closer. Let's get stuck into it and show you exactly what I've done. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is we've took the windshield off. We're left with these bits and these clips here. So the first thing I'll show you is when you've got these unclipped from here, you're left with these on the sliders. Okay, there's a little securing clip that goes inside here. We've taken that out so we can remove this bar. Okay, the first thing I'll show you is on this bar you have the little pin here that slides up and down the locating slot inside of here. Okay, and we're going to take this one out. And you'll see there's the pin, nice and loose. But if you push that in there and grip hold of the pin, can you see that play there? Now just that little bit of play through that hole in that locating slot, we'll show you now. This is how much it transfers. Okay. That's an awful lot of play. So when you've got that fixed to your top mount here, you've also got this play in this pin. You can see I've got a little bit of insulation tape around here. There's two fixes we're going to do on this top mount, but we'll just show you now just from that bottom one. We've glued this pin in. So that pin now is secure. And if you need to, if this breaks for any reason, you could still get that out. It's only just put in with super glue. We pop that in there, and straight away there is no lateral movement in that bar. Okay, you're still going to slide up and down, but there is no lateral movement. So let's compare that to this one. So that's the first fix, guys. You need to take these out and glue that pin inside there. Okay, so when we've secured both the pins on both of these bottom brackets, you can see they are nice and tight now. We've lost that lateral play from that pin. So we're going to put the little retaining nut back in there, and then we'll move up to these top two and I'll show you what I've done for these. Okay, and that's going to be to secure that and stops that popping out of there. It only needs the one. They haven't got it on both sides because obviously it can only go up in unison with that. All right, so now we're going to move on to this one here. Now, I could never understand why they put this little rubber insert in here, which goes on the end of this pin. Let's just bring this a little bit closer. Okay, so that goes on the end of there, the top hat, and then inside of this little clip here. But why this is open, the only reason I can think of that being open is in case you had a crash and hit the windscreen, that the windscreen and the windshield is going to pop off there for some reason. I don't know why that wasn't fixed like a circle rather than this clip idea here. But this little rubber top hat should clip into there, okay, like so. So that goes on there and on the pin. But you've got a lot of lateral movement still in the top of there. You can see the gap on that rubber bush. And then if you push forward on that, it clips off. And when I had the GoPro mounted on here and I raised the windscreen, just the weight of pulling on the lever pushed that off. So my windscreen was flopping down when I tried to adjust the screen with having the GoPro on. Okay, you can maybe move that, but that's not the issue. The issue is it's a crap idea. Okay, so what we're going to do is remove that top hat, and again with these pins I've just put a little one piece of PVC tape just stretched around it, and that takes out the lateral movement from this pin and this pin. Okay, so without that you've got movement in there as well. So what I've done is I've done away with this top hat, and now we've got these little steel bushings. Okay, and what I did with that is down to my local hardware store and then bought a 1 meter length of this steel tube. I think it's 6 mil. Okay, and that will go over there. And then what you'll notice is, let's just bring you down a little bit closer, guys. Instead of using the rubber top hat idea, we are now going to put these bushings and actually push them in to there. And then the same with the other side. Okay, so you can see how secure these are now, and they're not going to pull out. So what we're going to do is draw that up, push the pin through now. And look at that. Okay, and we can see how secure that is now. There's no play that way, and all you've got is the movement on the plastic peg there. So that is absolutely 100 times better than the factory idea. There is no play in that whatsoever. We'll soon see once the windshield's on. Okay, so we'll pop this one back in. Okay folks, so that just gives you an example now with that together, how the mechanism's working without the windshield on. And already that, you can't, there's nothing you can do about this play because that's where the pin goes in for each of the adjustments. Okay, but on that position at the bottom, compared to what it was now, that is rock solid. Okay, number 2 position. Brilliant. Okay, so we'll pop the windshield back on now and see what she's like, folks. Maybe we should clean that first, but we'll do that later. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do is I probably will replace this because of this not so clear top section on the original screen. I think I've already mentioned before elsewhere that I'll probably go for the Puig screen, maybe with the smoke. I think that'll go quite nice with this colour of bike. But for now, we shall stick the original back on and then see how we are with that excess play. So there is a torque setting for these in the book. Lose my screws. And just make sure you've got the rubber washers or grommets on the bottom of your screws. T25 Torx. Here's the tool of the day. And that is all you need actually to do the job, folks, to take the windshield off and the securing bracket. Okay, now that already is a massive improvement. Like I said, folks, it's not about this little bit of movement here from this bracket. Let's put it on the lower position. Fantastic. That's the movement of the shield and not on the brackets themselves. So that is 100 times better. Okay, second position. Yeah, so what we've done is the fix has taken out all the lateral play from this top mount and the bottom mount. So the only flex we've got now is actually in the plastic bracketry, but it's taken away all the sloppiness out of the pins. So I think on that note, folks, that I'm happy with that. Like I said, that bit there is not an unusual feature at all. That is because the pins that slot in on the adjuster allow for that, so that is fine. And you're going to have that on the top setting anyway. And most people are going to have that on probably setting 3. So that is a massive improvement just for those little things, guys. Okay folks, so I hope you enjoyed that little episode. I'm super happy with that windshield now. I'm sure that's going to be a lot more secure and not pop off next time it hits my GoPro. So remember, just by putting those sleeves, those steel or aluminium or aluminum sleeves, you can put whatever you want, or even brass. It's just that's what was available in my hardware store this morning, and that is a lot better and a lot more secure on that top slider. So just remember that. So glue those bottom pins in, put the bushings in the top, do away with those little rubber top hats, and you've got a more secure screen for your Pan America. Hope you've enjoyed watching. Please do subscribe if this is the first time watching ALCHEMOTO and you haven't already done so. Please look back in the back catalogue, like the video, share and comment if you dare. But on that note, I'll see you later folks. Thanks for watching.